discuss about the Flume for first 20-25 minutes. Flume is also from Apache only. Apache Flume. Basically, the Flume will be useful for getting the data from streaming area, especially from logs or any streaming data. So in our example, in our class now, I will discuss about the example like how can we get data from Twitter. So Twitter is generating data every second, right? Huge amount of data throughout the world. The stream not visible. Just a moment, I'll give you the sharing once again. Now I have given sharing again. Just download the Flume software, which is very simple. Or I will give you the complete software folder in zip file. Just you can extract it and put it in your work folder. That's it. Like the Apache Flume, can take any version. This basically for Flume you need not set any bash parsec file setup or any class path and other things. So directly you can use it. In the Apache Flume folder we have config folder is there and lib folder is there. In lib folder basically all the libraries are there, so you need not worry about the libraries. They have provided everything. And especially in configuration folder there is a file called twitter.config, sorry, flume-config.property file is there. Okay. Flume-config.properties. This is like a template. Yes, diagram I think have shared the screen. Should be visible. Charan and Rakesh are able to see my screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Diagram, I think something is wrong at your machine maybe. Just can you recheck? Yeah, okay, fine. Okay. So we have a file called configuration file is there. So with the help of this file, we can create some other file like flume-twitter.config. So why I have named it as a twitter.config. Now I am getting the data from Twitter website to my machine HDFS. So for this file, just configure few things. Especially three things are required. One is we need to specify the source. What is the source we are getting? What is the channel we are using to get the data across the network? And sync is nothing but destination. What is the destination? HDFS is the destination. Okay. So if you find Twitter is the source, we need to provide source detail. So we cannot get the data directly from Twitter, right? Twitter will not allow. So first we need to get the consumer keys and access tokens from the Twitter development website. For this you can directly go to the website is there, dev Twitter. This dev Twitter is different than twitter.com. It's not an app, but it's a Twitter developer's one. So if you go here, just you can register with the Twitter, or else you can use the Twitter website. That's right, Twitter user ID password. Here, sorry, again it's moved to normal Twitter. Just in the development Twitter itself, you need to create an application. In that application, you need to create the application key token and other things. Then they will generate and they will give you developer site here. In developer formats you can see. Okay. once they generate once you generate the keys, then you need to specify all these four. One is consumer token, consumer key, access token secret. These are the four things. Okay. Then here we need to use the package or class called Twitter source. Twitter source is the one Java class is already implemented by Cloudera people. Most of the companies Cloudera hardware's already implemented uh, packages for Facebook, Twitter, Google, and other things. So with the help of these things, we need to specify for the Twitter-related source files. And here next is the sync. And sync what channel we are using, what is the type HDFS, and what is the path we are using. Just we are using this particular path. Localhost 9000 instead of anything I will do.
What is the channel?
Yeah, channel is there. It's a how we are getting the data from the source to destination. So mem channel is the channel which is generic channel. It's not belongs to Flume. It's not belongs to maybe Hadoop. It's a channel which is using generally in different ways.
So in every
Just
system,
to
channel.
yeah yeah different channels are there. Mem channel is the one of the channel which we are getting data through network. So you can see here it's a file scrabbling and determining. Just a moment, you can look into this one. It's a channel is completely different. How we are getting data from in HDFS, right? Let's see. Channel.
Showing in Spanish, I think.
Yeah, so yes, the word itself is in Apache. Flume is using mem channel for retrieving the data. Internally, they are using this one.
Okay.
So what kind of mechanism internally they are using to get the data through network. Okay. So here we are pulling the data from Twitter into our HDFS into this particular folders. This flow fields. And just these are the not mandatory things. Just we need to specify whenever you want to modify it or customize it. Basically, what is the text format we are using, and how many batches you want to roll the data into your machines. All these things will be given. Okay. In mem channel also you can use what is the capacity. By default some number is there, but if you want to modify it, you can modify the transaction capacity and what is the each capacity, each channel capacity. You can specify here. So these are the three different things we need to configure in this configuration file. Along with that, you need to specify that what is the source keys you want to retrieve. So if you don't give anything, by default it will pull the data, complete data from the Twitter. So for each second you will get a huge amount of, I can say, MBs, not only MBs, GBs of data you will pull into your machine. Okay, so I did not require complete data, just I want to retrieve the only specific data. So here I am specifying the keywords like Modi, PM of India, like that. If anybody is tweeting based on top of these words, then my Flume will pull the data from the Twitter into my HDFS. Okay. So the only one file you need to configure here, and after that you can execute the Flume file by using this particular keyword. Okay. So in the bin folder, Flume-ng file is there. Let me show you that file. Yeah, this is the bin for Flume-HG. It's a executable file. So when you execute this file, then internally it will call the configuration file. However, the configuration I implemented. Okay. So let me open this. Okay, we are running now. While executing, first of all you need to come in the folder called Apache Flume. cd work folder slash Apache. Here we have the bin folder is there, okay, and the configuration folder is there. From the base folder of the Flume, we need to execute this particular command. See bin slash flume-ng, and next we are giving config slash flume-twitter.config file. So that is the reason we need to run this particular command from the base of the Flume. By using -f means file. These are just we are using the debugger in console and some other things. Just you can directly copy this one. You can execute it here. Okay, simple. But when you start execution here, you can check the data, whether data is available here or not. Localhost 900 Rakesh Flume feeds. Just let me open this one. You're using Rakesh, right? So Rakesh folder is not there as of now, right? So just let me start executing it. And one more update, the Twitter is using JSON format. It's not using text or XML or other formats. Right now, the Twitter is completely pulling the data and storing into their systems in the form of JSON. Okay. Now it is trying to establishing the connection with the Twitter, with Twitter consumer, establishing the connection. Okay, so we can refresh it mostly. It will, once it started pulling the data, it will create. So Twitter streaming API document. I guess my user ID password is expired. I guess checking for the file. Let's see. Waiting for too many times. Yeah, I have created this user and password long back. That may be the reason it's not able to. Yeah, they have given some document. Okay, basically, I guess the user and consumer keys are there, right? What are the consumer keys we have discussed now? I think these keys are expired, I guess. It's created almost 1 year back. I just need to check it. The last month also it was working, but it's not working. So basically what will happen here, it will pull the data directly from Twitter and store into the my HDFS website directly. that is the result you can see here actually. Okay. Just you can let it be continuously. It will pull the data based on the keywords which I have used. If used by using the new president of America, then then you will get the tweets from the Twitter, how people are tweeting, what is the reaction from the other people. So everything you will get into your machine. On top of that data, you can do the analytics and you can do the reporting. And you can see the what is the pulse of the people and other thing. In many ways, you can use that particular data. Okay. So it should not take this much time. 100% it should be reflect by this time actually. So that may be the reason it's looking for the configuration file tail. Okay. Okay, Charan and Rakesh, is it fine? Understood the point, right? But nowadays most of people are not using Flume. Even the last 200 years I did not use even one time. Just for trying purpose, we have created this sample. Okay. Else, if you want, you can try from your end also if it is working fine.
Oh,
Okay. So can we discuss about the NoSQL? NoSQL is very important again. I think initially we have discussed a few things about NoSQL. Basically, NoSQL means it's not only SQL. Many people think about NoSQL means it's completely different than SQL, but that's correct. But the name itself is no means not no. No means not only SQL. That means it's more than SQL. It's more comfortable. It's more flexible and more powerful than SQL. Okay. So basically, I will show you the main differences between SQL and NoSQL here. Just a moment. I have a file called NoSQL is there here. Yeah. Okay. So these are the main basic differences between SQL and NoSQL. So if you see in the SQL, it's completely relational, right? You know RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Now we'll use any SQL database. It's completely relational. 100% there is a relation between two tables or among the many tables by the help of a primary key, partition key, right? But in NoSQL, it's completely non-relational. There need not be have any relation between any two tables. It can be completely individual or independent. For example, the SQLs are Oracle DB2, MS SQL Server, Teradata. These all are considered SQL databases. Right? Here in NoSQL we have a HBase, Cassandra, MongoDB, which are very popular in the market right now. Okay. Nowadays, most of people are using Cassandra with Java, Cassandra with other technologies also using, not only Cassandra with Hadoop. And HBase is also comes under NoSQL, but it is integrated with Hadoop. Currently, most of the 15 to 20 databases are there in the market for SQL area, but in the NoSQL, it's almost 225 to 250 databases are there. 150 was the old number. Okay, now it's almost 200 plus databases are available in the market. And here, all SQL databases are completely row oriented. with the based on the row itself, they will create the data and the data will be available. You can retrieve the data based on the rows. But here in NoSQL there are four different categories are there: column oriented, key value, document, and other different categories are there. I will show you in details. And SQL database will support for the joins, inner queries, and sub-queries like that. But it will not. NoSQL is completely different than SQL, so it will not support any joins or inner queries. Okay. So and normalization, right? Completely normalized databases. So first normal, second normal, BCNF, there are different 4, 5 the normal forms are there. So all databases should follow the normalization techniques. But here NoSQL is completely denormalized. So you need not follow, and again if you are having any normalized database, you can denormalize it to make it into the NoSQL database. Okay, and it's a completely fixed schema in SQL. Once you create it and it will be fixed, you cannot change every time, you cannot change all the things. But in NoSQL area, on the fly you can change. It's completely flexible. Okay, so these are the main differences between SQL and NoSQL. Clear on this? Any doubts? Okay, sure. I just will look into the in-depth of the NoSQL. Here you can see it's a completely NoSQL is nothing but not only SQL. Okay, and the main features of NoSQL database are this: non-relational, distributed, and completely open source and horizontally scalable. Scaling, right? Scalability feature. So it can be scalable vertically and as well as horizontally also. The Cassandra is completely 100% scalable architecture. As we discussed, there are four categories are there as of now, and currently in the recent NoSQL database having different categories also. First is a key value store, column store, document, and a graph. Four different things. So each category is having many different NoSQL databases. You can see yesterday I have given one URL, right? In that URL you can get it. NoSQL.org. So here list of databases are currently 225. So here first one is a column family or column store. This is the first category, which here we have this one, column store or column family. So HBase, Cassandra both are comes under column family databases, column oriented databases. So like that there are many other databases. So you may heard about Mapper, Works, and Amazon SimpleDB is also good. It's not an open source. It's from part of the AWS. Most of the databases are open source. Only very few databases are not open source. Okay. So like that you can go through these things. And next is the document store. Document store basically Elasticsearch and Elastic is the main popular. After that, MongoDB is also very good one. But based on the use case, the databases will be useful. Yeah, all databases will not be useful in all use cases. So we need to know what is the project or what is the application, which category, and which database will be put into the particular application. So these are things you need to do before the project or before the application. Okay. So these are the different databases are available in the market. Next is the key value, or you can use the tuple store. Okay. DynamoDB is also I think Amazon, from Amazon Web Services. So under React, Redis is again popular one. We have used Redis in one of the project, which is a key value database. Key value databases are very fast than other databases. Doesn't matter how many records are there, billions of records are there. Even you will pull the data, you can pull the data within the fraction of seconds with the help of key. So these are the key value. And we have one more. So many databases are there in key value. Next, graph databases are there. Neo4j and Infinite Graph. These are the popular ones. So LinkedIn is using Neo4j into their application, their LinkedIn website. Because of if you observe in LinkedIn is managing with the relations, right, among the many people. So making the relations from one person to another person, and from second level and third level, they cannot use normal database. Normal databases are not useful in that level. So they are using Neo4j to make the correction. Okay. So just go through here. Some multi-model and cross-model databases also developed these days. So you can go through all these things if you have some time. Already I have given this URL, right? So basically, if you see this particular slide, it is showing what is the advantage, what is the disadvantages of that particular category. If you take the document data stores, then the main popular examples, popular databases are CouchDB, MongoDB. They are using collections of key value internally. Key value pair mechanism internal they are using. There is incomplete data tolerant. It's complete, so it is completely tolerant. Okay. And the weakness are query performances was not good, but right now these weaknesses are not there. It's completely refined as a good databases. In the same way, you can. I'll send this document also. For a column-oriented database, HTTP, HBase Cassandra is there. They are using internal data modeling these column families. Okay, the strength is fast lookup, and the key value is completely 100% fast lookup than all other categories. Okay, it's completely use the key and value. So, example, Redis, Amazon SimpleDB, these are the things. And the graph DBs are the graph NoSQL database are like Infogrid, Neo4j. There are different databases are there. Okay, it is using the property graph nodes. You know, right? Node concept is there in the data structures in subject. So shortest path algorithms we have created, right? In that way, if you want to get any shortest path from the some different points and the connectedness and the graph algorithms, these kind of things will be useful in this particular NoSQL databases. But it's a little bit difficult to implement it. It's not a simple thing. Okay. So yeah, as of now, it's fine. We have different categories are there. So how will you pick the database to your application? There are 200 databases. How will you pick? And which database will be perfect for your application? That is the main point, right? So here we have a two, three slides are there, which will help to pick the database or at least pick the category. First, you cannot pick the database. So there are 4 to 5 categories are there. Which category of databases will be good for our application? That is the point, main point. So this particular landscape, you can get some knowledge on in terms of scalability, in terms of complexity and speed. Okay, the 4 categories are there. If you first you need to know your application is completely navigational complexity required, or only speed and scalability is required. Got it? Navigational complexity, query performing is required. If you take the website LinkedIn, and if you take the website like Facebook and some other websites, are 100% navigation complexity and query performance is required, right? But some other applications, if you take generic applications, uh, it's a website like Flipkart or Amazon.com. These are the social media, or maybe if you're booking any flight tickets or anything, here speed is required. Speed and scalability is required. Some of the applications. So based on your application, you can decide which is required here. Either scalability and feature or courier navigation flexible complexity. Okay. So if you take the key value stores, in the key value stores, these are the different databases are there. Dynamo, Oldmart, some LinkedIn is using presently. Amazon is having the Dynamo database. LinkedIn is having this database. So like that, React, Tokyo, and Cabinet, some other databases are there. So these databases will perform very good speed, right? But it will not perform. Just here you can see this particular line, just very less complexity and queries you can perform in the key value stores. Okay. But if you come to the key value column oriented database like Cassandra, HBase, Hypertable, Bigtable, these things, you can see it will provide more speed as well as almost 50% of the complexity also can be fine. Query performance, it will give good query performance also than key value. Okay, so you can see this is the point here. This almost 50% of this one and the 70 to 80% of this one. And if you take the document databases, will be very less speed and scalability, but it's very good at performance in scalability and complexity level. Okay, and if you go for graph databases, completely 100% good query performance as well as complexity. Okay, but it's very less speed. And the speed is there, but not much speed than these other things. Okay. So here itself we can decide which which category of database will be good for our I can say our application of project. Okay, got it? Sorry for the some disturbance. Okay. So this will be helpful. So our application is required completely speed and scalability, then better to go for any of these two. Okay. In the next slide, the very important thing is capture. Capture is one of the most implemented thing in the databases area, not only in the SQL area, and even SQL area also you need to check the cap theorem before going to select the database. So cap theorem can be called as a Brouwer's theorem. Brouwer's is the scientist which he has implemented this cap theorem. CAP is nothing but consistency, availability, and partition tolerance. Okay, these are the three different components. So when you are picking the database, you need to check with the cap theorem, CAP. So in any database in the world, you can have the only two facilities out of three, whether it is consistency or availability, or consistency or partition, or availability or partition. Okay. So if you take the RDBMS databases are only fit for the consistency and availability. The partition tolerance is not there within the databases. We need to make it customized way. We need to create with the help of other third-party tools. Okay, in this slide you can see you can pick only two out of three. Okay. So availability is nothing but data should be available at any point of time. website should not be have any downtime, right? So if your application or use case is in that way, suppose if you are building a flight ticket website, it should not get down anytime, right? Not only flight tickets, if you take any other businesses so like Flipkart or Amazon, they should not get any downtime. So for that kind of applications, they should go for the 100% availability. At the same point, they will miss consistency or partition. Okay. So again, the consistency is also required in some of the applications. When you are booking a ticket from same website for same flight, at a time two people are booking from two different countries. So then the website should not book a ticket or should not confirm a ticket both the people at a time, right? You should not to give a confirmation to all the both the people at a time. So that is called consistency. Consistency is also very important nowadays. So then those kind of applications can go for the consistency and availability or availability and partition or consistency and partition. If you see, all these databases are having the feature called availability and partition. These all the databases are having the feature called consistency and partition tolerance. Okay, so here you can see the database categories which we have seen now. So relational, key value, column oriented, document oriented, different categories. So the key value databases are available in the CP as well as AP also, right? This color. And the column oriented databases are there here in the availability and partition, which is Cassandra, and the same category of database are there here in the CP also, HBase, Hypertable. Again, you need to decide what are the two things you need to have it in your project. Sorry. So the application is required consistency and partition 100% is required, then you can go for the HBase database. So first you need to decide which category of databases are fit for your application. Just let's take an example. Column oriented database is the good for your application, which will provide more speed, scalability as well as query and complexity. So at the same time, in the column oriented databases also there are 15 to 20 databases are there, right? So when you're choosing the database, once you confirm with the category, then next level is choosing the database. So for that, the captain will be useful to decide what exactly the database will fit for your application. Right? So your application is required 100% availability and partition, then go for Cassandra. Or your application is required consistency along with partition, then go for Hypertable, Big Table, or HBase, or any other database. Okay, got it? So cap theorem is very important to decide the database. Any doubts? Rakesh, Sharon?
No, we are
Clear, right?
yes.
Yeah. Just you can go to Google and search for more information about cap theorem. What exactly is CAP? How people are using this cap theorem while discussing about the databases.
Okay.
And this cap theorem and this landscape will be useful for deciding the category as well as NoSQL database. So here, as per the cap theorem, if we are using HBase, what is the missing point here? Out of 3, CAP. Here, right? A means availability. So if you're missing availability, then there is a possibility of downtime, right? Right. If you take the master slave architecture, there is a chances to get downtime. Even if you take the HDFS in Hadoop 1.8, only one master is there. These are the slaves, right? These are, let's say, these are 5 slaves are there. So due to some network issues or maybe power issues, this particular master's machine is down. Then what will happen? 100% cluster will be get down, right? You cannot access anything. So this is the advantage of, sorry, disadvantage of Hadoop 1.x, but this problem is resolved in Hadoop 2.x with the help of Hadoop 2.x with the help of scalability of name node, scaled with more than one name node. So scaling up is nothing but just instead of one name node, we are having more than one name nodes which is connected to all the data nodes. See, all the data nodes are connected to these name nodes. Due to some problem, suppose this machine is down, immediately one of the other data node, other name node will be pick up the cluster area, this complete thing. And before sending the hardware signal to main name node, all the data nodes will send the hardware signal to other name nodes also. Because of suppose this is down immediately, other system should take care, right? So that means other name node also should have the information about all the data nodes along with the metadata information, what is the block sizes and what is the, how many blocks are free, how many blocks are filled. Each and every information should be have in this particular machine also. So that is the reason in Hadoop 2.x they have modified the architecture by scaling up the name node. So basically the HBase is missing the availability. So now in Hadoop 2.x the high availability feature is there or not? When we are using 3 name nodes, high availability is there, right? When Hadoop is having high availability feature, if you integrate the HBase with high availability, here HBase with Hadoop or HDFS, here you can see this is the Hadoop architecture. On top of Hadoop architecture, we will implement the HBase here. HBase is again master slave architecture, single name node, I can say single master and slaves. So, but it is integrated with the HDFS. So each and every file and records or data is internally stored into the HDFS only, not into the directly HBase. It will store into HDFS. So even the name node is master machine is down in HBase, but still data is available in the HDFS. So whatever the application is connecting to HDFS or Hadoop servers or HBase servers, they can get the data. But maybe the calculations or maybe the querying may not be work for a few time or a few minutes, but still data is available, right? So before choosing the database, again we need to try to get the data, whatever, try to get the third feature, whatever the availability or partition. Third feature also we need to include or we need to integrate with the existing one. So here Cassandra is missing with the consistency, right? So consistency is involved within the Cassandra with the help of data stacks. Data stacks is the one more organization, datastacks.com. Just note down this particular website. Cassandra database is popular because of the data stacks only. Data stacks is taking care about the Cassandra. They are providing external consistency feature and they have implemented in a powerful manner. So now Cassandra is very powerful with the data stacks packages. Okay. So don't go for too many databases. Just try to understand the 2 to 3 databases like HBase, Cassandra, MongoDB, as well as maybe another different category database. These 3 to 4 databases are fine. You need not be a master. Just get the knowledge what is the architecture, how it will work, and which use cases will be fit for this particular databases. That information is required. Okay. Yeah, I'll send this data document to you. Just you can have more information on NoSQL. Yeah, this document is prepared for the Cassandra. Just you can go through this document to get more information about Cassandra, how they have implemented. Basically, this NoSQL database is also first implemented. Big Table is implemented in Google, and the Dynamo database is implemented in Amazon. So, by taking both features, the Facebook is implemented the Cassandra, Apache Cassandra. Okay. After Facebook is implemented, they have released it as a open source. Then Apache Group is integrated. Apache Group is released as a Apache Cassandra, open source Apache Cassandra. Then recently, around a couple of years back, DataStax is taking care about the Cassandra now. See how many companies are involved in to release the Cassandra database, which is still open source again. Okay. It's a very, very powerful database. Okay, so this is about the NoSQL and a little bit about HBase. Tomorrow we'll discuss a few more things about HBase architecture and how data will be stored and other things. Okay, so any doubts as of now?
Fine, Satya.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Rakesh and Sharon, did you practice the scoop queries? Any doubts on scoop or Hive?
I didn't practice Coop, but I'll ask later.
Yeah, don't forget, please practice at least a few commands.
Okay.
Okay. Okay then. Well, then thank you, Jankram. Bye. Sharon, just send the recorded to others also.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye.